These rumors were made by radical black racists. Let's just say that. Okay, it's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them. Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say their name? We're going to give them too much clout.
I mean...
The FBA, Foundational Black Authority, whoever the these broke niggas is. I'm just keeping it a buck. And their shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, you know, your leader? Oh, man, you got to be kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York.
Right.
So they telling a whole nother story.
Hey, yo, welcome back to Unbeatable Beats TV. This your boy, Big Dog 74. Hey, before I get started, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, go leave that comment. Hey, because right now we about to go in on Fat Joe. Fat Joe just outright disrespected black American people. Let me just give y'all a little rundown on what FBA means, okay? FBA is not a group, it's not an organization, it's not a gang. You know, you can't Black Lives Matter us, because Black Lives Matter is not a lineage, right? Foundational black Americans are black Americans who can trace their lineage and their ancestors back to the American slave trade, which was the foundation of this nation. Which come forth the word foundational black Americans. It has nothing to do with a group of people and the leader. No. If you can trace your lineage, your family, and your bloodline back to the foundation of America, which is the transatlantic slave trade, then you are a foundational black American, whether you like it or not. Now, we got some assholes within the culture that pretty much hate everybody who's not an FBA. I understand that. I don't agree with everything. Now, let's just call a spade a spade. He's talking about Tariq Nasheed and Lord Jamar. Now, I don't necessarily agree with everything Tariq Nasheed says. I don't agree with a lot of the shit that he say. But he's on point with a lot of shit that he say, right? His knowledge and, you know, his whole narrative comes from one of our great thinkers, leaders, which is Dr. Claude Anderson. He's always had this ideology. And he's a great man, and I've always looked up to that man. So, Fat Joe goes on to call black Americans broke. He just started disparaging us. And Fat Joe has always had this vitriol for a long time. I mean, this is the same man that got destroyed by 50 Cent. So, you know, he might have a little disdain. He's the same guy that went on Versus and called two foundational black American women crackheads. Yeah, that's the same Joe. We should have saw a red flag van. But Joe, you're very ignorant, my brother. You're very ignorant and you seem mad hurt. You seem very hurt that we are delineating, and we're letting other people of color hold their own nuts like y'all been doing to us since the beginning. All we're doing is telling you people to hold your own nuts, and we are calling out the lies about hip hop being 50-50, because see, that's where that conversation came from. That's why he starts out and calls it a rumor. Okay? Ever since we've been dispelling the rumors that they brought forth, you know, Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans and, you know, immigrants came over and they made hip hop. They created the culture. That's what these people are saying. So now when we get up on our square, we stand on our business. Oh, now we're dusty. Now we're broke. Now we're stupid. Now we're followers. But was we them same followers, Fat Joe, in them 90s when we supported and upped your fucking career to be a rapper in our community? All the crack that you talked about that you sold, all the guns that you shot, all the people that you shot, all that shit, bruh. That's your content. That's your content. And guess who supported it? Foundational Black Americans. You wouldn't be where you are today, Joe. It's not enough immigrants to support your whole career. And back in the 90s, most of the immigrants wasn't fucking with rap music like that. So who was your support, Joe? Exactly. So when you get up there with Math Hoffa and you get all up in your feelings with all the vitriol and disdain, and you're playing like you're dumb because you know exactly who foundational Black Americans are. Oh, the foundational Black authority or whatever. You know who the fuck we are. You know exactly who the fuck we are, Joe. You're just mad because we don't let you stand on the bullshit that you be talking. You mad because we check that shit. And if any of you foundational American rappers let Fat Joe go unchecked behind this shit, you a sucker too. You a straight up sucker too. For you to disrespect foundational Black Americans, our whole lineage, that means you disrespected my father, my grandfather, my mother, my grandmother, her mother, and her mothers. My nieces, my cousins, my nephews, my brothers. You disrespected a whole nation of 43 million, bruh. And you don't even realize it because you want to downplay it. And y'all got to understand this too. Whenever they downplay our lineage to be an organization like Black Lives Matter, that's just a code to really say what they feel about Black Americans. See, white people used to do that with Black Lives Matter, just to avoid denigrate. Sorry about that, y'all. I left my place. But what I was saying was these people love to denigrate Black people via one of our groups. For example, when white people wanted to be racist towards Black people, all they had to do was bring up Black Lives Matter. Since we can't denigrate a whole race of people, let's just denigrate this organizational group that represents this race of people. So that way we don't seem racist. See, the thing about when Black people starts to defend themselves by people that's been on an offense with us forever, soon as we start to defend ourselves and stand on business, that's when everybody else starts to play victim. Oh, look at, they're a racist group. They're racist, what do you call it? Extremist. Racist extremist. If you're not down with them, they don't want no parts of you. Duh. Who the fuck wants somebody in their circle that's not down with them? Who wants anybody lingering around our community who don't rock with us? It's time to get them out. Now, once we start standing on our squares, then everybody's going to start playing victim. I see this. Once black people get a little bit of power, the power of a mustard seed, you'll see these people scrambling and scraping. No Diddy. These people are so fucking egregious when it comes to us. They think we stupid. They think we're weak. When we show a sign of this much strength, a mustard seed of strength, these people lose their fucking minds. Just look how Fat Joe was looking and sounding. Listen to the tone. He's hurt. He's very, very salty. Like a lot of them are. And now all of a sudden, Lord Jamar was the weakest link of Brand Nubian. Get the fuck out of here.